Ooh, and Delta, would you look at that? We are finally in game for our first match of the day, taking place between two teams in Group A. That's Project X and Man I Love Fwogs.
All right, yes, we are finally in. Just let's see. So we are on Bind, and that seems to be everyone's favorite map pick. I mean, as favorite as it is for everyone, hopefully we don't see all of our matches on Bind today, but you know, it's a nice starter. So for those of you that don't know, Bind is well known for its teleports, and it'll be great to see these teams be able to manipulate and use those teleports to play mind games and just create such a great story for this map.
Ooh, that's for sure. So it seems here that we will be having Man I Love Fwogs attacking first. Most of them are pushed towards the A site, so we may have a beginning A hit to start us off. Now, Delta, looking at the team comps, anything to note?
So these are fairly typical team comps, and in terms of the smoker, we do have Omen for Project X, but Brimstone for the Fwogs, and I'm just looking forward to see Dinos on Brimstone. You'll notice she's amazing with her lineups, and it's something to take note for all of you Brimstone mains out there.
Oh, that's for sure. We already have a lot of action interrupting in A short. Shots have been spammed, and there has been a body left dead. Juno 4 is going to fall to begin, but Ellie Twitches will get one back, and bodies are dropping all around. We're already left in a 3v2 in favor of Project X. It's just Dinos and Clefairy left on their lonesome. Dinos is making a beeline to the B site with that spike.
Yeah, that was a beautiful push towards the A site, but looks like B is completely open for Fwogs.
Oh yes, and with the spike planted, looks like Dinos and Clefairy are going to get some positions, but Benita is going to go through the TP and spot out Clefairy on the rotate. It's just going to be left to Dinos here with only 30 HP. Ooh, is that the lineup?
Oh, there it goes.
Ooh, the defuse is coming in, already
Just
reached
wait
half.
for it.
Oh, but it looks like they're able to get the defuse. The round will go to Project X.
But you can see how beautiful that lineup was. If it was just a little bit earlier, they could have knocked him off the site. So wow, I'm looking forward to see a bit more of those. And so that first round going to Project X, and they are able to buy up. We see a Bulldog and some Spectres, but Fwogs will be doing. It looks like they'll be forcing up as well onto Stingers.
Ooh, I'm excited for this. Should be an explosive round with both teams forcing as well. And yeah, they're just running it down A short. There's so many smokes and obstruction of vision here. Bodies are going to drop. Wow, lots of kills happening in succession. Rise is going to pick up the 3K with their Spectre, and we only have 2 members left of Fwogs. And into the TP they go, but the other team is also quick on the rotation, so they really need to make this a quick one. Shock Dart does land, does some damage to Julia. She's still able to get that plant down. She's able to spot out 3, but not before falling, and it's just left to Lynn here, going through CT and seeing what she can do. That round will be going to Project X.
Yes, another round to Project X. Project X has been doing a great job with just denying access to the site, forcing Fwogs both times to be able to make that quick rotate, but Project X has their number. They are quick to it, and they have just been using their abilities, been able to use their abilities to essentially just win those rounds. So great job to Project X so far, and it looks like they will be able to do a bonus round with Fwogs doing a little bit of a buy as well with pistols and SMGs as well.
And this time around, they'll be posturing around B site as opposed to A. But Lynn is still on A herself. I'm gonna spot out some bodies here with that drone. Kills will come out more so in the favor of Project X. 3 members left all together in this B site.
Out of charges.
But Benita is going to catch out one, does some shots onto another.
One enemy remaining.
And it's just going to be left to Juna for connects the flash, spam some shot. But will go down eventually, and that's a 3rd round coming out on the side of Project X.
Project X has just been so aggressive these rounds, and it's definitely doing them justice. It's been helping the Fwogs just not be able to respond. Well, it looks like Fwogs will be able to buy rifles this round. This will be their first full rifle round, and Lynn will be on the op, and she has been known to do great work on the op, so I do hope they get value from this.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I think Lynn's jet op is very well known in the Galorants community for having some quick shots and sick plays, so hoping that she'll get value out of that this time around. But we are going to see more of the action again towards this B long area this time. Naomi has the cam out, and she will have a bit of information that there is presence there. Going to peek off of that. Picks up 1 on Juno 4 to begin the round for us. Oh, and there's Lynn's up.
Oh, but Project X is completely flanking.
Oh yeah, Lynn's just gonna catch up too. Oh, but Lynn! What a great shot coming out of her, and there's only 2 members left of Project X. Rise of Benita, who spots out Ellie,
Last player
but
standing.
falls to Clefairy.
And essentially an open A site for Fwogs to plant.
Yes, the sky smokes have gone down. Spike not planted yet. Rise just going to make her way
Spike planted.
through lamps. Is she gonna check the corner?
Oh.
Oh, she does! Catches out Clefairy as she was checking the cams.
Cover going out.
But her position should be well known to the last 2 remaining members of Battle of Fwogs. Lynn holding that ankle but whiffs the shot, and it's just gonna be left to Dinos.
Prepare for hellfire.
Orbital strike does come out but does not connect, and time is ticking away on the spike. And there's the molly. Dinos going to land the lineup and delay the defuse. Ooh, but does she have enough time? She's gonna peek it, and she gets it! The round going to Man I Love Fwogs off of what a clutch molly lineup coming out of from Dinos.
I told you about those lineups, man. It's just so hard to go against the Brimstone, especially one with as talented lineups as Dino's. It just makes it impossible to be able to defuse the spike. You just see Rise was just sitting there like, I guess I'll just wait. So wow. So yeah, another round, or a round going to Fwogs.
Ooh, that's for sure. I feel like every time they plant now, they have to be so wary of those lineups.
Oh, definitely. They'll have to readjust their strats for that.
The knives have come out. Whoa! It's going to stop the showstopper. And wow, a lot of kills happening at the same time. We're quickly finding ourselves with only 2 people on the side of Project X and 3 on the side of Man I Love Fwogs. What an explosive beginning this round has started off with. But Benita pulling out the Hunter's Fury is going to connect a few shots but isn't able to confirm any kills, and the spike is ticking away. Rise on the meantime, luring up against this long but is caught out checking the corner. Dinos is going to pick that up. It's just left to Benita, who gets 1. There's 2 members left. Is going to fake the defuse, lands the shock dart, does a few numbers to it, but will eventually fall, and that's another round going on the side of Man I Love Fwogs.
That last round was such a heavy investment from Project X. They invested, I believe, 3 of their ultimates to be able to try to defend, and unfortunately it did not work out for them. So yeah, it's unfortunate they weren't able to capitalize, but Fwogs doing it good to come back.
Yeah, that's for sure. And when we saw those ults come out too, Lynn also had her ult as well, and it immediately killed the showstopper. That was just very quick timing, within
So quick.
milliseconds. Ooh, but this time around, Lisha going to get the opening pick with the Sheriff on to Juna, and that's going to, open up a bit of space for their team.
We do see Benita taking as much space as possible, so Fwogs needs to be quick, or else Benita will get the hold of them.
Oh yeah, she pushed out aggressively and is coming up on the flank, but Fairy's trap wires are in place. And Ellie is just going to spot out Benita, lands a few shots and does some good damage onto her. Showstopper does come out, does not connect, but Lynn's off shot does onto Chobo. And it's just going to be kills coming out in favor of Man I Love Frogs, giving them the space and the time to get that plant down.
One enemy remaining.
But Lynn, her op again, proving lethal, gets another, and it's just left to Benita, who again pulls the Lynn's op.
Wow, 3 that round with the op. I mean, I told you, you have to be careful with Lynn in the op. She's just so well known for being very sneaky with it and just capitalizing on its heavy value.
This goes here.
And this time around too, looks like Benita's also going to pick up an op of her own. So curious to see the impact coming out from that.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Yeah, it's interesting also to see a Sova on an op. Don't see that too often with just the difference in mobility compared to a Jet. So I will also be interested to see how that works.
Oh, and she lands the first blood. And that's going to give an early numbers advantage on the side of Project X.
Fwogs just being very patient, trying to figure out what site is the best to go. Trying to see if they can get any picks.
Yeah, they're playing it a bit more slow considering that they are down a person. So just scouting out which site they want to execute on.
It is very important that they do show presence at both sites. Project X has been taking advantage and doing quite a few flanks.
That's for sure, but this time around, Project X is staying put at both sites, not going to give up one, given all the silence that Man I Love Frogs have been giving them. But the ops are going to meet each other, and Benita comes up on top, lands the shot onto
30
Lynn.
seconds left.
And with 30 seconds left, Man I Love Frogs are going to be rushing onto the B site to get that plant down. With Neuro Theft being used, the locations of the last 2 remaining members of Frogs is going to be exposed, and they're going to be crushed. But what? Ellie Twitches picks up a 4K. Wow. And it's just going to be Lisha. Oh my gosh, the ace coming out of Ellie Twitches. What a round coming out for her. That was amazing.
All right, man. Now we have Fwogs in the lead. I mean, they're just going punch for punch with Project X. And even though they were able to capitalize, even though Benita was able to capitalize on the op, it seems like Fwogs is just able to respond in kind.
Yeah, that's for sure. This is a very back and forth game, it feels like. Super excited to see this.
And this is forcing Project X to do essentially a very minimal buy, only seeing frenzies and just pistols coming out.
Ooh, but that recon bull is going to give the information of the presence here in CT, and kills will come out off of that, but still no advantage in terms of numbers just yet. That has been completely neutralized. But Man I Love Frogs, they're going to be heading towards over this B site, which is for the most part relatively free right now.
But Benita and Naomi were able to capitalize on
Spike planted.
getting weapons, so they are more competitive in this round.
Juna Vegeta pops the run it back, picks up one, picks up two, and Ellie Twitches gets the third, and they're able to get another round in their back pocket. We are looking at 3-5 in favor of Man I Love Frogs.
Wow. That was an impressive round. Project X probably didn't anticipate much from that round since they were saving. And like I was saying, they were able to capitalize on the weapons just left for them. But yeah, ultimately Fwogs able to win that last round. And Fwogs do have ultimates ready for them to be able to have ultimate abilities to make space and help with keeping people off of the spike.
Nothing just quite yet to start us off in this round. Just the two bots, you know, meeting each other.
Yeah, very passive round. Just waiting, trying to see which site is the best to go, seeing if Project X will make a move first.
And Benita is pushed up really close. In this A short will get caught out, and Ellie Twitches picks up two members of Project X to start us off in this round, giving them the space to plant on the A site. When they're just gonna meet each other through the smoke, Naomi picks up two of her own. Spike does go down, and it's a 3v3 for the rest of this round. Ooh, they're just passing each other in these cages. Rise gets it onto the ferry, but the orbital strike is going to be utilized by Dinos. Isn't going to connect, but
they're going
does
after
push them out. Yeah, they're going after her. She's getting chased. She's making a run for it through showers, and that Molly once again going to stop the T-fuse, and they're able to get the kills. Another round on the side of Man I Love Fwogs.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe that's just again an amazing round, and Project X know now to go after Dinos, because if she gets her mollies out, then that's probably the end of the round for them. So they are being so much more aggressive when Dinos is around post plant, and she'll definitely have to watch out, or else they will all be coming after her.
Yeah, they were straight up chasing her at the end of that round, but she was still able to get that lineup off. Good stuff. But that recon dart by Benita, getting some good information on the presence here in Fountain. And that's just going to push off Frogs just a bit to delay the execution in this round. But Ferry does meet Chobo, who pushed out aggressively out of showers, is going to pick up that with her sheriff. Showstopper is being used by Chobo off of that pick. Does not connect, but oh, it does connect. Gets Elisha actually. And that's going to be a 4-3 in terms of numbers in the favor of Frogs.
Project X has to be aggressive because they were on a pistol round.
Oh, do they know Russ is here? Oh, she's so close to landing those shots, but unfortunately it does fall as well. And it's just going to be the final remaining members in Naomi and Chobo, who have made their way to be coming around the elbow. And Juno 4 is waiting behind this wall for Naomi. What a great headshot coming out. Both Naomi and Chobo able to confirm 2 kills. And that's Nero Theft coming out again. Dinos all the way at the back.
Last player standing.
She gets one onto Chobo. The Molly is going to fizzle out. Naomi can get this, but there's one more in Puka, and that's going to be Lynn, who falls down, but not before getting traded out. And that's a 7-3 score in favor of Man I Love Fwogs.
That was a beautiful way to defend the spike. Again, just with their post-plant positions and being able to, you know, hold the site off of the site, and again, just settling the post-plant for Dinos' mollies. I mean, you can see that their post-plant strategy is revolved around that and has just been doing them wonders. And I hope that Project X will be able to kind of adjust things to be able to adapt to that. Last time you saw them essentially go after Dinos, and they'll probably have to think up a few more things to be able to defend this.
And think up indeed. We've actually had a technical pause being called on the side of Project X. So just going to be a few moments for that. But yeah, Delta, these mollies just are so frustrating to play against.
Oh, so frustrating. I can't even imagine playing with a very capable Brimstone. I know that a few months ago, Brimstone, you know, kind of fell out of the meta because, I mean, people just didn't like playing him, to be honest. But with the buffs and just being put in the hands of a very capable player, you can see here the clear and obvious strengths of a Brimstone on your team.
For sure. Now, what do you think, I guess, Project X can do to counter that? Because it seems like it's been pretty frustrating for the post-plant part.
Yeah, so the one thing they tried was to go after Dinos, making sure that of all the picks that they do get early round, that Dinos is the first to go. But I'm sure that the Fwogs know that and try to protect her at all costs. It's just a strategy to be able to identify who's the best agent that you want around post plant and towards mid to end rounds.
And we are back into it after that pause. Alrighty, some util being used, but nothing just quite yet. We're seeing a bit of a split here on the side of Fwogs, but they are going to be reconvening very shortly, still playing it a bit slow in this beginning of round.
But Project X already has control of showers, so if Fwogs wants to make an A hit, might be a little tough for them.
Yeah, especially since it seems that they've called over Benita to A site as well. It's just going to be Naomi holding down Bay in the B site. And what a great call it looks like right now, seeing as most of Fwogs are postured towards this A site. And those two pushed out aggressively is going to get spotted by Clary's spy cap, but she does fall, and so does another. Gets straight out. Lisha lands a wallbang kill as well. The Hunter's Fury will come out on the side of Benita, connects and confirms the kill onto Ellie. Does a bit of damage to the others. And it's just going to be two members left of Fwogs trying to get hold and trying to get onto this B site. But Naomi's still out here in elbow. The smoke coming down. She is forced to push into it. She will get that kill onto Dinos and gets the last onto Juna. And that's a round on the side of Project X.
Last round in the half.
Yeah, that didn't go too well for Fwogs, unfortunately. Project X just had a very good read on them, and they were able to have, like you said, Naomi hold down the B site in time for the rotates, and yeah, just didn't work out for Project Fwogs. It's very powerful, again, to, you know, have Naomi being Cypher, or any Sentinel in particular, holding down a site.
They're going to rotate her to A site this time, actually. Project X mixing up who's on which site, given so much action coming out. Now, this is the last round of the half, and everyone's on full highs. We have ults to be used as well. The first one coming out. Orbital Strike is going to connect onto Lisha, and so does Dinos' shots onto Chobo. And what a great opening so far for them. As they rush onto A site, and already only one member left in Benita, who's going through lamps, gets one. But she is going to be spotted. Ooh, gets the kill behind the box is onto Ellie, and this is suddenly very winnable, but Lynn is waiting.
Revealing area.
Oh my god, that scared me! Lynn just walks up and gets Benita, and that's going to be the end of the first half. 8-4 in favor of Man I Love Fwogs.
Yeah, and 8 in the lead with Fwogs, and I don't know if we anticipated that at the beginning. I mean, Project X looked like they kind of had things handled, but Fwogs just doing a great job at adapting. And I would say that Dinos was able to help with that last round, not just using the orbital strike to, help with the post plant, but was able to clear out very great angles, making it so easy for Fwogs to have that entry and have that round.
Yeah, that's for sure. You're exactly right. But again, this is a new half, so curious to see how things and strategies will change up. A bit of a default coming out on the side of Project X to start us off, and Naomi is going to be pushed up, avoids the grenades, but Chobo couldn't avoid Ellie Twitch's shots as she will fall in the start of this half. And what a great headshot onto Ellie coming out from Naomi, and suddenly any advantage has been neutralized, but in this corner gets the shot, gets another, and Lynn's gonna get the third. One left, but Dino's gonna fall to Benita. Clefairy is gonna trade that out, however, and that's a round coming out on the side of Man I Love Frogs.
Yeah, even though they checked the corner, Dino still had their number and was able to get those 2 kills. And what an explosive pistol round that we started off with. So yes, now with Project X on the attacker's side, it'll be interesting to see what their new strategy is. If they seem to be, at least on the defense, take a more default approach, having, equivalent players on each site rotating their sentinels. So won't be surprised to see the similar thing on the attack.
Yeah, and on this attack, they're rushing into B. They've already made their way onto site. Fairy's gonna clean up too before falling herself. It's going to be 3v3. 3 members already on site, and the other 3 of the opposing team is going to rotate over onto CT. Rise, soon to be meeting Lynn in this elbow area, who will come up on top. Lynn gets the kill on Rise. Plat does go down, and things are gonna slow down just a bit as they're making their way onto site. Lynn gets caught out. She's going to fall, as does Juna, and that will be a round going over to the side of Project X.
Yeah, so Project X was able to get their hands on SMGs, and typically forcing up is a bit of a risk, but it ended up working out in the end, and Project X again able to win that last round. And it's forcing Fwogs to stay on their pistols.
Off of that round, a bit of a mixed buy coming out from Project X. We do have Vandals, and with the pistol round, this will be kind of a tough one for Man I Love Frogs, but we've seen some things happen, and just a few kills to start us off in the beginning. And we're gonna see a rush to this B site.
But Fwogs is just preparing for retake.
Spike planted.
Yeah, they're coming out from this hookah area, but those shock darts are lethal. Does do a few numbers onto the team, and Clefairy is suddenly chunked to only 37 HP. Benita on this side, watching the drops, gets one, gets another. Elisha's Polly actually going to pick that one up. Just left 2 members left in Ellie Twitches and Lynn, who are both on site, but they are surrounded, and Elisha's gonna pick both of them up, giving another round to the side of Project X.
Yeah, for Project X, having players like Benita on Sova and let's say Laisha on Phoenix as well, those are great abilities to be able to essentially push back a push for a retake. So you saw a great value with those shock darts, essentially making it so difficult to get out of hookah and giving them enough damage to be able to get those hits in the end.
Yeah, they were practically stuck there, but it is a new round, and looks like they don't want to be near hookah this time around. Going to be mostly around this A site, most on long, but opening kills coming out on the side of Fwogs. 3 kills at that. Already creating enough space for them. Juna 4 really picking up and gets a 3K to really close out this round.
Yeah, Fwogs is just inching ever so close to match point, and they are being just aggressive enough to be able to knock Project X off of their bases, and it's just quite an impressive show from Team Fwogs.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We do have ultimates available, and Ellie Twitches is very close to hers, and that will be able to help with making just enough space for whatever first site they choose.
Yeah, and they're actually going to be playing on both sides this time around, making noise and their presence known on both.
Yeah, even leaving the spike back.
Yeah. Ooh, and there's the orbital strike. That is going to distract and allow a few kills to come out in favor on the side of Fwogs.
triggered.
Project X have made their way onto A site. There actually are a few members in Lamps. One does go down. Juna 4 who gets rushed. Left to a 2v2 on this retake. Dinos puts down the sky smokes and awaits her team member in Clefairy to come out as well. And they're both going to try to retake this. But the showstopper is going to be triggered. Chobo still waiting to use it in the smoke.
Standing.
And she's the only one left. Is going to meet Clefairy. And Clefairy is going to pick up that 3k to give another round on the side of Fwogs.
Wow.
The cap.
Wow, again, just a great example of them being able to use their abilities together and being able to, I mean, there was a bit of chaos that round, capitalize on the chaos to be able to get the plant down and ultimately win that round. And they are in such a great position as we are in essentially the pre-match point. They have almost all of their abilities, or ultimates rather, and again, Flynn on the off.
Yeah, and they're sitting on quite a comfortable lead. Now Project X will need to string a streak of rounds if they want to continue with this match, and attempt they do as they entry on to B site. Run it back is going to be used to create some space, and Naomi is able to pick up 2 kills on her. The Neural Theft is going to be utilized as well, giving the positioning and the space for the spike to be planted.
Wow, my eyes are down.
But Padina is still alive and can use the Hunter's Fury to be able to stop any potential plant.
It's just going to be left to 2 members left.
Standing.
Make that one. Ellie Twitches on her lonesome in CG here. It looks like she is going to after her, but they're going after her, yes. And they're going to get her, and that's another round on the side of Project X.
All right, Project X just trying to grasp for staying in this map. But again, Fwogs is in a fairly comfortable place. So Project X will have to do their best to be able to stay in. Fortunately, they will be able to buy a full set of rifles. And they do have, again, the Hunter's Fury to be able to either make space on a site or stop a potential defuse.
Yeah, it looks like they are trying to go for a B hit. All members are going to be in this long, and what a great flash coming out of Juna 4 to connect and help her confirm these opening kills. And Project X already finding themselves with 2 members down.
Drone.
Oh, she doesn't see her.
She missed her, yeah. Oh, but it is going to clear out that trap wire. Oh, what a great camp spot.
Wow, that is a cheeky spot.
Yeah, so after all of that action, just going to play it slow, calm before the storm.
Yeah, they have to be very careful with which site they choose since they are 2 women down.
Yeah, both races are going to meet each other. Connects a few shots. Grenades have been used as well, but they are running into A short. Ellie's grenades.
One
Actually going to
enemy
confirm
remaining.
one. And there's just another
30 seconds
Chobo
left.
left who gets 2. She has the spike. She's going to attempt to clear this. Juna waiting on the wings and is ready for that as she gets that. And wow, we're already looking at match point on the
Match
side
point.
of Man I Love Fwogs.
Yeah, we are already at match point, and again, Fwogs is in a very comfortable position holding this lead, and they have an arsenal of ultimates available for being able to defend. I know that the Showstopper can be so powerful in just clearing out specific angles and making people run for the hills. So again, Fwogs is just in a good
Enemy
position.
mark.
Our drone is going to be used to create some space and get some information for this A site hit. Lisha gets that opening kill, and Chobo just going to narrowly miss, but is going to be traded out by her teammate. And it's just going to be 3v3, very quick duel happening.
remaining.
Elena picking up 3 kills in succession. That happened so quick, and we are only left to 1 member on the side of Project X. It's going to be Rise, who is going to be caught out by Dios, and that's
Defenders
the game going to the side of Man I Love Fwogs, 13-7. Wow, what a great opening game to start us